Hey everyone, Killster101 here, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch sales figures. Not just the hardware, but also the software. Now, undoubtedly, the Switch has been selling like hotcakes, except just faster. They've been selling over 35 or maybe over 32 million units, I believe, in its current lifetime span, and over 11 of those, was actually just within this last fiscal quarter during the holiday season, especially with the release of Smash and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and even a little Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, boosting the sales a teensy bit for the Chinese New Year. And the sales figures on most recent games, such as Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, is not available to us, but games like Smash and Let's Go Eevee are, and Pikachu. So now Smash is the fastest selling game on the Switch to date, and it's not impossible to see why. The game is stellar in every category, with replay value, gameplay, overall content in general, sound, so much sound, tons of stages, which I don't know what category that would fall into, but every mark it hits. Graphical department, it's wonderful graphics, runs smooth on the Switch, perfect, better in dock mode though, because the 1080 played is screen, but it just runs flawlessly on every marketing, except for online, but we'll talk about that another day. Now, that is over 12 million units, which is the fastest selling Smash game to date, as well as what I said earlier. Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu has now sold over 10 million units, which is remarkable, especially since fans didn't think it was going to scrape 2 million units after they heard there was another remake of Gen 1. You know, those people that think that Gen 1 is the worst generation. Personally, it's the only good one for the anime, but that's just me. And next up, let's talk about Zelda Breath of the Wild. That is now over 11 million units, and at a time, way back when the Switch was first released, it sold better than the actual system, which is just remarkable. You probably heard it way back when, a couple of years ago, when that was just flooding the news. And that, with over 11 million sales, makes the best-selling Zelda 3D game and Zelda game to date, which is remarkable. And it is a huge system seller. Now that leads me to my next top-selling Switch game, Super Mario Odyssey. Now, if you haven't played this game, I don't know where you are, because it sold over 13 million units, and is referred to as a masterpiece along with Breath of the Wild, getting solid 10s across the boards. And this Odyssey game is so good because it's an open world Mario. It reincorporates what 64's charm had and brings in new life with better graphics, better sound, better gameplay, better story. I know people really hate on the Odyssey story because it's the same, but they get right into the action, and they have cutscenes at the end of the game after you even complete it, which is really neat. There's a bunch of bonus content at the end, so gameplay value, replay, all that stuff is checked in. Now, this is a weird one, but let's talk about Kirby Star Allies, which recently sold over 2.42 million units in its lifetime, revitalizing the Kirby series. Personally, I haven't picked up the game, but I have friends who have, and I have demoed the game, and the demo was really easy. But sometimes I like easy games. Now, there has been a lot of complaints with the content of the game, and the overall fact that Nintendo has just been shoving more content down through updates periodically throughout the months and weeks and year, I guess. It's been a year since release, though. That is a great selling Kirby game by any standards. And let's talk about one that also sold in the 2 million range unit. 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch received a ton of hate, and I will talk about it in the future videos, but I actually liked it. I thought it was a great party game. I thought it represented Wii Sports, but using the Switch. Sure, the $60 was way too high, but that's high for any game. If you had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a third party by Bethesda, and it was on the PS4 or PC, you wouldn't try paying $60 for it. You would try to get a better deal. Just like Call of Duty dropped down like the first day it was released, because there's always deals with games. Always. But with Nintendo, the prices are consistent. So that was one of the main problems, and the lack of content, and the minigames were just kind of fun in the beginning, but then got old, and they weren't very creative. I have a lot of issues with these complaints, and I'll bring my own opinion to this later date. That actually sold over 2.82 million units. So, take that, haters. Now, a new IP by Nintendo is ARMS. ARMS recently sold, I believe, over 1 million units, closing in on 2, and it was super fun. It was, again, a little too pricey, but so are all Nintendo games when you look at it. Besides Breath of the Wild, of course, and Smash Ultimate. Those are content, just huge contents. And Mario Odyssey, too. So anyway, ARMS didn't have a story mode, and its only single-player component was just a simple fight. You just fight against AI and a Grand Prix, similar to Mario Kart single-player mode, just without battle mode, just the races. The online was the main key feature of this, and it was fun. It was fun because you had the rank matches, you had the party crash matches, you had the friend matches. Great mix, I thought. One complaint I did have, though, is with the motion controls. They really advertised the motion controls with this game, and I don't think it paid off. I did not really see it working too well. When I used to punch, it would work, but I could not turn, I could not move, I could not shield, I could not do anything. The thumbs up grip, I could never do it perfect. As perfect as I could do it with the controller. So I tend to prefer the controller when playing ARMS. Now, let us talk about what game next. Oh yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. How this game sold over 15 million units is beyond me, considering that it's a port. I know it's a port, but it's a very deluxe port, I thought, with adding a battle mode and new characters. It's the port all ports should strive to be. And it sold almost double what the original game did. And that was on the Wii U, sure, but even it sold over 8 million units on the Wii U, which is remarkable for any Mario Kart or any game standard. But selling over 15 million units as a port on the Switch just shows you how much hardware can contribute to software sales. It's remarkable, making Mario Kart 8 Deluxe the best-selling game on the Switch currently. I'm just still waiting till the next quarter till Smash outpaces it by a 2 quadrillion sales. Or maybe Splatoon 2 is what we're next going to talk about. Selling over 8 million units in total, mainly from Japan, which you can see why. The demographic of that game is designed for those people. It is my favorite game on the Switch. Kind of. Its gameplay is phenomenal. It's a relatively new IP of Nintendo and has new features than the prequel, and a new story mode, new modes, new graphics, new weapons. I think it's the perfect sequel. A lot of people disagree with me and consider it more of a port, but I don't agree with those people at all. It's the gameplay value and the replay value are just so huge to me because I would spend hours, still do spend hours and hours playing ranked. League battle, just regular battle, turf war, salmon run, becoming a professional, and the fact that it sold over 8 million units is just stunning, considering that it's a new IP and it has now reached new heights, becoming one of the most successful new IPs for Nintendo to date, even outpacing Metroid Prime, which I know it's not a new IP, but it's a new game style, or Pikmin, which was considered a success back on the GameCube. And the Wii U, but So, Splatoon 2 was a Smash success. Not as much as Smash, though. Now, to wrap it all off, let's talk about some future Nintendo games hitting. Now, we have Bayonetta 3, which is more of a second party with Platinum Games organizing it. We have Astral Chain, again, second party. Then we have Link's Awakening. We have Super Mario Maker 2. Now, all these games, and I think, are going to be huge, especially if we get Metroid Prime Trilogy or Metroid Prime 4. Personally, I don't know if Metroid Prime 4 is even going to hit on the Switch. Maybe it could go on the next-gen consoles, considering that the development was scrapped, and that was like 2 years ago, that it was originally in development. So it's going to be a while. Overall, I think Super Mario Maker 2 is going to take the lead and reach over 10 million units on the Switch. Maybe 11 or 12, because its content is so packed with stuff. Its replay value is bigger than even Splatoon 2 or Smash. And it's a fun party game, especially if they get local multiplayer and online play. It would be insane. Alright, that's it, guys, for this video. And if there was any games I left out talking about sales figures, that's that was on purpose. I just talked about some main ones that I really enjoy, so don't get offended if yours didn't make